my personal experience. I'm not gonna be talking about somebody else's experience. How you experience it might be different from how I experienced it. With that being said, how long have I actually been at the hospital? Well, I've been there from August of this year, so now we're in October, so August, September, October. I should actually be in the hospital next year, July. All right, but I decided to come this year, August, to just to learn beforehand. I'm that type of person, I don't like to just jump into things not knowing what to do. I like to know something about it beforehand so that I don't get overwhelmed, because when I get overwhelmed I freak out and I shut down, which is not a good thing, especially in this field. It has been helping me because I get to learn at my own pace. If I don't want to go in today, I don't have to, so the pressure isn't on me right now, and I'm learning things that I'm supposed to learn next year. Also, I'm doing obstetrics and gynecology in school right now. That's the subject that we're learning this year, and that's the word that I'm on right now. So while I'm studying at school, I'm learning in real life. I'm getting the practical and the theory at the same time, which I'm so grateful for. So the first month of me actually being at the hospital, I was on the pediatrics ward. Whew, girl. Anyway, I walked up there. First of all, I didn't even know where it was. I had to get help because I came after the orientation. So I didn't know where to stand. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what to do. I just stood there. And I looked around. I'm like, what is this? Where am I? I mean, I know where I am, but And I saw my other classmates, the schoolmates, and then we made eye contact. And they know what's up. They know. So they come. And then they'd show me a little thing. They show me little things or show me what I'm supposed to do. And it was like that for a couple of days before I actually started to help out a little bit. Not much. I did what I could do. All right, girl. I did what I could do. So, but that's the thing. Imagine if I was supposed to actually be on the official program next year, and I walk in with that same mentality of not knowing what to do, not knowing where to go. I would have cried. Would have probably break down. So I'm glad for this opportunity now, because it's like a little mock. It's a little orientation for me. I know where I'm supposed to go now. I know the things that I'm supposed to do. I might not know it in detail yet. We only stayed on peds for a week because during the summer it was more of a summer program, so we'd spend 1 week on each ward. I felt really out of place for a while, and I still feel a little out of place now, but I know much more than I did in August, but still not enough. And that leads me to talking about imposter syndrome and how it's really there. It's really there in this field, knowing you know a lot, because I know a lot. I know that, but I know that I could do more. I know that there's so much more that I need to know, and because of that, it always feels like I'm not doing enough. And I'm trying to learn how to get over that, I just need to push ahead and just acknowledge what I've done already, and just be patient with myself. So that's what I'll tell you. Just acknowledge what you know. Don't worry about you not knowing everything that you're supposed to know. No, you're gonna know it eventually, and that's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna know it eventually. I'm working towards that, so I'll be fine. It's important to know that patients are always gonna be watching you. They're always gonna be observing you. You're gonna be passing and they'll be like, so for a person that gets easily anxious or nervous, that can be triggering, but you're at your job, so you're gonna have to learn some new ways to cope, right? Your old ways of coping with nervousness and anxiousness might look different from you trying to cope in the hospital setting. So you're just gonna have to find what works for you. And what works for me is to just try to tune on everything and just focus on exactly what I'm doing. That's one. I cry sometimes. I'm just being honest. I cry, or I ask for help. I just give myself grace. I just give myself grace. And when you're nervous, like some patients won't want you to see them. They don't want you to give them an IV access. They won't want you to take blood from them, and that's completely up to that's their choice. They can get somebody else to do that. But I'm just saying, with you being anxious and nervous, there comes like follow-up reactions to that. And you can have, sometimes you come in and the patients are really nice and they're really understanding, and sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're angry, sometimes they're uncompliant and rude, and you're just gonna have to deal meaning in the most professional way you can, because that's what is expected of you. So that's just a little summary of what it has been like for me from August to now. I'm hoping that I can do a next update next month and like update you as I go along this journey, because it is a journey and you are coming with me, and I'm trying my best to be as open as possible, and I've always been that way. If you're coming from my main channel, you'd know this. But yeah, that's my experience, and I hope it gave you some insight on what it's like for me, and I hope that you have a better experience.